Good morning on this Sunday. Here's a look right now over a cloudy midtown Atlanta. Thanks so much for joining us for an update on your news and your weather. You are watching Atlanta News First Plus, and I'm Megan Packer. Hope your day's off to a great start. It is cold out there, that is for sure. So you'll definitely want to bundle up if you're getting ready to head out the door. If you joined us earlier this morning for Atlanta News First Sunday morning on your TV, you saw that it was a pretty busy morning of overnight news. So we do want to get you up to speed right now with some of the top stories to help you stay informed about what's going on in your community today. And of course, we will talk about our weather with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi coming up here in just a moment. We have that First Alert weather day in the forecast. Our entire weather team has been preparing you for a few days now. So we'll get the very latest from Courtney here in just a moment. But let's begin with a check of our overnight news, including a Sandy Springs apartment fire. We had a crew out here on the scene early this morning where several people are out of their homes. This is the Rosemont Dunwoody Apartments in Sandy Springs. The call came in around 4:15 this morning. Sandy Springs police were actually the first ones there to help get everybody out. We understand one woman had to jump out of the building from the second floor. We heard from some people who lived there. They helped her jump to safety. The cause is under investigation right now. So again, everybody made it out safely. That is the good news. But it is very cold outside, so you always have to feel for the folks who are outside holding their pets, holding their belongings, wondering how this happened, getting some help from the Red Cross as they investigate what happened out here at this Sandy Springs apartment complex. 4 units are damaged and 4 have some minimal damage, we're told. And it's about a dozen people right now that are being assisted by the Red Cross. Again, Rosemont Dunwoody Apartments in Sandy Springs. You have a chance today to begin paying respects to a fallen Coweta County deputy. A procession will be held later today for Eric Minix. He was a husband and a father of 3. He died at the end of a high-speed chase that crossed into Alabama early Thursday morning. We've told you he was hit, unfortunately, by an Alabama officer as he stepped out of his car. Today, the sheriff's office is inviting the community to line the streets as Deputy Minix's body will be escorted from the McCoon Funeral Home to Crossroads Church in Sharpsburg. The procession leaves at 2 o'clock this afternoon. There is a visitation at the church from 4 until 6, and his funeral is set for 11 o'clock Monday morning. In DeKalb County, it has been a very busy weekend for police investigators investigating several different shootings, including this one from around 7 o'clock last night. They say a fight led to this shooting at an apartment complex on Turnberry Place. Investigators say they found a 23-year-old man shot in the chest in the parking lot. He died at the scene. At last check, officers had not shared information about a suspect in this case, but we will be sure to stay in touch with DeKalb Police today and try to learn more about that. They're also investigating this one a few hours later last night, just after 9 o'clock. They found a person shot near an apartment on Five Oaks Way. That victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Still waiting on some suspect information for this one as well. And an update on another shooting out of DeKalb County that we've talked about this weekend. DeKalb police have arrested a 19-year-old for accidentally firing a gun in a car, and it killed another person who was in the car. The 19-year-old victim was shot in the back Friday night. Police found him on Shawn Way Court near Flat Shoals Road. They ended up charging Quintavious Wilkes with involuntary manslaughter. You know, it is the holiday season, of course, and a lot of people might surprise their loved ones with a dog or a pet, perhaps, at the holidays. And now shelters are preparing for a lot of those animals to get returned. We hear about this from time to time this time of year, that people just can't take on an animal, maybe they can't afford it, and they end up returning animals to already crowded shelters. We checked in with the Cobb County Animal Services facility. They rely on volunteers to take care of all their pets that are currently already at the shelter, and they say that there are several different reasons that people can't afford a pet. They believe one of the reasons is an affordable housing crisis. They say people are paying more and more for rent and different things that they need for themselves. And sometimes a dog or a cat just doesn't fit into the budget. So this facility tries to help out. They actually have a closet filled with donated pet food for anybody who needs help feeding their dog or their cat. So we know these shelters need all of the support they can get. They stay so busy anyway, as it is throughout the year. So they are just trying their best to help out. Let's take another live look outside right now as we get ready to hear an update on our forecast. We can see the sun there peeking through the clouds. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Courtney, it is nice to see the sun, and you were getting us ready for Tuesday especially. All eyes on Tuesday. That is the First Alert weather day that you and the entire weather team have declared. So tell us more about that and help us get ready for that.
Right, so that's going to be the day where the weather is going to have the greatest impact on you. So we have that First Alert Weather Day in place just to kind of give you a heads up. It's a day you need to circle on your calendar because it will have a pretty great impact on your day Tuesday, and we'll take you through that. Right now we have sunshine, as Megan said, starting to peek through the clouds. And so overall, not a half bad start to the day, but chilly out there. I am First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Let's talk about that forecast, shall we? So it's going to be breezy today. You can, in some of our sky cam shots, you can see the clouds moving really quickly along with that wind. And boy, is it going to be breezy today. So that's going to make it feel colder. Temperatures this afternoon will top out near 50 degrees, but it's feeling like the 30s this morning, and it will really only feel like the low 40s through the afternoon. As you can see throughout the entire day today, winds will gust anywhere between about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So a pretty breezy day, and without a whole lot of sunshine, at least right now, that will make it feel a little cooler, but more sunshine will gradually make its way through as we go through the day. Here's a look at that wind chill, by the way. So again, this is for our suburbs. Inside the perimeter, it'll feel like the low 40s at some point, but a lot of us are only going to feel like the 30s today. So a very cold end to the week. Out the door tomorrow, you're going to need all the layers yet again. All the kids back at school, I'm sure, starting tomorrow. I know some of you kind of scattered through going back this last week, but upper 20s to low 30s to send you out the door between 6 and 8, but with the wind that will continue, it'll feel more like the mid to upper 20s. So as the kids head to the bus stop, as you head out to work tomorrow, you'll need the hat, maybe the gloves. It's probably a good idea. The coat for sure. And if you're lucky enough, maybe turn on the seat heaters headed to work, heat up that car a little early, and then we'll go back into the 40s by 11 o'clock. Tomorrow afternoon, low to mid 40s, upper 40s inside the perimeter, breezy, wind gusts tomorrow, 20 to maybe 30 miles per hour. And that's all a precursor to a weather system that's going to give us our First Alert Weather Day on Tuesday. We've been talking about this for a little while now, and it's a very potent weather system that will move into the southeast starting Monday night, but Tuesday is really our focus day. Heavy rain is going to be likely. That's going to cause some issues for your morning commute. The potential for some flash flooding is there. If you remember back to really just yesterday, we had the rain in the morning, and that already caused issues on the roads. This is going to do that tenfold, I think. We're going to have much heavier rain for a longer period of time. That's going to cause the potential for some flooding on the roadways. Strong storms are possible, mainly south of Atlanta. And then it's going to be windy for all of us, even outside any thunderstorm activity. The center of this system is going to move so close to us. And when you get to the closer to the center of a weather system like this, it gets really windy. So we're talking widespread 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts with isolated gusts 45 to 50, especially up in the mountains. North of the city, you could experience gusts as high as 50. And in any strong storms, which is a possibility, you could experience gusts upwards of 50 in stronger storms. And any severe storms, which is an isolated threat, we'll be looking at 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So here's a look at the severe threat from the Storm Prediction Center. That level 1 of 5 extending from Athens all the way into Jasper County, into Griffin. So Butts, Lamar, Pike County, Henry County, Clayton County, into Troup and Meriwether County near LaGrange. We'll be watching again, mainly south and east of the city. So I-85 is kind of that dividing line between who's not necessarily likely to see severe storms and where severe storms are possible. Notice that yellow color, that 2 of 5 extending into southern Putnam County. That greater threat for severe storms definitely in central Georgia and along the Gulf Coast and the coastal Carolinas area, so the Atlantic coast. Essentially, we're going to be watching for what we call a wedge. So that's what took over our forecast yesterday. Remember just how cool and misty it was? Well, Another one of those is going to try to set up ahead of this weather system. And when you have one of those set up, that stabilizes the atmosphere. So that's going to limit our severe threat overall as this weather system moves in, which is, of course, a good thing, but doesn't mean that this system isn't going to be powerful and impact your day in a big way. Let's take you through First Alert Futurecast. Monday morning, tomorrow, cloudy. The weather system building out to our west, bringing very heavy snow showers to parts of Kansas, and all of that snow will move into the Great Lakes region. Heavy rain and thunderstorms in the southeast from Mississippi to Alabama into Louisiana. And then Monday at 10:30, that's when the heavy rain starts to move into our far western counties, and that rain will spread in during the morning commute. So here's Tuesday at 6 a.m. Widespread rain, especially for Atlanta northward. The heavy rain, notice that band of showers that's going to move in late morning, starting around 9 o'clock, impacting downtown between the 9 and 10 o'clock hours, so late morning, when a lot of us thankfully are settled in at work and school. But this heavy line of showers going to move through along this band of showers, embedded thunderstorms possible, especially south of the city. And that's where I think we could potentially see a strong to severe storm late morning into the early afternoon, mainly again south and east of Atlanta. But that little band of showers that moves in is along cold front that's really going to bring some power with it. So at this point in the morning, the wind is really going to be roaring. We're talking wind gusts at this point, again, 30 to 40 miles per hour widespread. Pair it with the heavy rain. When you're seeing those little pink and really deep red colors, that's indicating extremely heavy rain. You pair that with really gusty wind, that could lead to some down trees and the potential for down power lines. So that'll be something we're watching. As we head closer to your lunch hour, the strongest of storms in central Georgia and east Georgia, we're dealing with light to moderate rainfall trailing behind this. Severe weather threat should end by around 1 o'clock. And then we are dry for the most part, but still breezy as we head into the 3 o'clock hour. So maybe still some trailing showers for that commute home from school for places like Greene, Oconee, Putnam County. That's where, mainly well east of the city, that's where we're going to be watching for maybe a few showers for the commute home for anyone who leaves school around the 2:30, 3 o'clock hour. But most of us will be dry for all of our commutes home from school and work on Tuesday. And then we'll watch for some wraparound showers Tuesday night into Wednesday as the weather system moves off to the east. And that could result in a changeover to maybe some winter weather for far north Georgia. So Wednesday we'll have a 20% coverage of rain. That's mainly north of the city for the potential for maybe a few wraparound showers and flurries for the mountains. Here's a look at the wind gusts. Let's take you through this. So we'll kind of go through each threat individually. Again, wind and the rain are going to be the two big ones for us. So here's Tuesday at 8 a.m. A lot of us are out and about. Wind gusts widespread 30 to 40 across the area. Look at Ellijay, 52 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So again, north of the city, you really could experience those strong wind gusts. And then in any stronger storms south of Atlanta, you could also experience those really strong winds if any thunderstorms do occur. I do think the greater threat for thunderstorm activity will be in central Georgia, but nonetheless, a very windy and rainy day. The high wind gusts continue through late morning, and then everything kind of starts to calm down as we head towards 5 o'clock, going from a widespread 30 to 40 with gusts 45 to 50 to a widespread 20 to 30 mile per hour winds through the evening. So still going to be very breezy as that system passes, and it'll stay breezy even into Wednesday. But our highest wind, our heaviest rain, our greatest potential for any thunderstorms will be late morning into the early afternoon, with rain starting early morning for that commute. Here's a look at your forecast rainfall totals. Now, this is just one model. This will be from Monday night into Tuesday, through the day Tuesday. Just to kind of put in perspective, we saw issues on the roads and some flooding in some flood-prone areas on Saturday with just about an inch of rain falling from the overnight into the morning. Within 24 hours, not even that, really within just a handful of hours, because the rain is going to start around 10 and end around 3. We're going to pick up 1 to 3, maybe even close to 4 inches of rain in some spots. So flash flooding will definitely be a possibility. When you get a lot of rain in a short period of time, that is the definition of what causes flash flooding. So flash flooding will be possible, maybe some river flooding as well. We need the rain, but it's never good to get a lot at one time. So we'll be watching for maybe some flash flooding as well. Just need to be really, really careful on the roads. I think that's a big takeaway for Tuesday. Here's a look at your 7-day First Alert forecast. Today, near 50, more sunshine, and the shot just keeps getting better over Midtown, so I'm going to show it to you really quick. Just a beautiful, beautiful view there with the blue sky starting to peek through. Highs near 50 today. breezy. And then tomorrow will be cloudy and breezy. We'll start mostly cloudy, and clouds will build more through the day. Highs only in the 40s tomorrow. Very cold start to the morning. Again, with the wind, it's going to feel like the 20s in the morning. Our first alert weather day on Tuesday, as rain will be likely starting in the morning, and that'll clear out by the evening commute. Going to be very windy as well. Maybe an isolated severe storm if you're south of the city. Cold and windy on Wednesday. Very cold in the morning. 20% chance for rain is mainly for the chance for some wraparound moisture that could turn over into some flurry activity north of Atlanta. Increasing clouds Thursday with highs in the 50s. Another rain system moves in on Friday, so we do have a first alert for that. Temperatures in the low 50s. The forecast towards the end of the week has gotten really tricky. So one model is hinting that we'll have widespread rain on Saturday. Another keeps us really dry on Saturday and has all the rain moving in Friday. So that will obviously impact our temperatures if we have rain on Saturday. How much rain we get on Friday will impact our temperature Friday. So Friday and Saturday is kind of penciled in. Models are definitely in agreement that Friday is going to be a really rainy day. Saturday is kind of the big question. So the temperatures, the coverage of rain kind of penciled in as we head into the end of the week and next weekend. But just know it looks like Friday will definitely be a rainy day. So prepare for that. That is why we do have that first alert. All right, everyone, enjoy the beautiful day that is shaping up today. Of course, it's going to be cold, but we're used to that. We are in the thick of winter, so bundle up and get out and soak in some of that sunshine out there. And keep posted right here on Atlanta News First Plus. Make sure to have that First Alert weather app handy, and we'll give you everything you need to know as we head into a pretty active week here in North Georgia. I hope you make it a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you here next time.